Welcome to Unit 4. This is the slide which explains about the syllabus, which includes the RF protocols, RFID, NFC, IEEE 802.15.4, which is personal area network, ZigBee, Z-Wave, Thread, Bluetooth, low energy. So this slide gives the outline of what is RFID. So RFID is a radio frequency identifier identification module. So it will have a reader and a tag. The tag will be sticked on the items which you wanted to track and monitor, and the reader is used to detect the device on which the tag is pasted. RFID technology involves, as I told you, reader and tag protocols. Reader and tag, and with respect to the business models and the applications, we'll be seeing in detail, and what are the security and privacy issues, and the basic conclusion. So when we come across manufacturing industry, that's the place where we'll need a lot of monitoring and error-free uh, maintenance and stuff. So the best choice for this kind of requirement is RFID. And the basic or the critical issues which manufacturing industry will encounter are listed here. So the first one will be like assembly process control in inventory management and supply chain integration. So in all these places, the monitoring becomes very tough because of the volume of the items which you're handling. So RFID would be the best solution. Coming to RFID, as I've told you, RFID is radio frequency identification. It uses the concept of automatic data collection or automated data collection, which is ADC. By the name itself, it's very clear that it uses radio frequency, and obviously it is very fast, and it does not require the physical sight or a line of sight as in case of barcodes. And when it comes to the cost, it's very cheap. And the other ADC technologies which comes handy is other than RFID is barcodes and OCR, and it has got a wide range of applications. And this slide explains about the RFID system components. As I told you, you'll have a tag. The tag And this slide explains about the RFID system components. As I told you, you'll have a tag. The tag will be pasted on the item, and it will have a antenna through which it will communicate to the RFID reader all the details. Best example is the RFID cards, the ID cards which you are all wearing, and the library. In the library, the books are identified using RFID. These are the best example of RFID. So the basic components will be the tag, antenna, the reader, and the workstation into which the details are stored. This is a detailed slide, which we can call it as a logical view. As we were discussing in the previous slide, it was a simple block diagram, and this slide explains a little detailed. So the first thing is you have to create the tag. So what you do is you write the needed details. For example, if it is your identification card which you're wearing, the ID card, will have the details about your name, registration number, your address, and all that. But when it comes to a book, the details about the book. So according to the application, it will be stored, and then you'll stick this tag in step number 2. Stick the tags on the item, and then whenever the reader comes in close contact with the item, when I say close contact, with a decent distance. So what happens is the tag communicates with its details to the reader, and then the read manager will do accordingly. Whether, for example, if you're taken a book, it will know how many days you have to keep the book, and if you're returning it after some days after the due date, it will tell you, like, the system end will identify that you have to pay a fine of some amount. So all this will be done in the steps 11 and 12. So those are the places where you have your server in which you are checking will take place, and you have a database to do that, which is indicated in step number 9, and that's the detailed idea about this slide. This slide shows about how it looks like. So the slide shows about the RFID tags. The RFID tags will have a chip in which you'll have the details recorded, and then it will be kept on a plastic kind of material or a paper kind of material, and there are a lot of lines, very small thin lines going throughout the foil or the plastic foil, so which is the antenna which we are seeing, the tag and the antenna, and this will be sealed with the help of a paper label, and that's how it will be so thin, and when you stick it, it will start communicating with the reader when it comes in close contact with. These are some of the RFID tags. It comes in various shapes and size. We can have it, and you can stick on to whichever product you. This slide explains about the type of RFID tags. They can be passive or active. Passive tags do not require power, but they draw power from the reader. It is used for short read ranges. Because it doesn't have power, it cannot operate for a longer distance. Most of them are write once, read many times. So you just can write once, and most of them are read only tags. When it comes to active, they're battery powered. So because they have some storage, so they can operate on a longer distances. Obviously, when it comes to a long range operations, the cost involved is little more when compared to the passive tag. This slide again tells about a detailed block diagram where we know that the there's a IC chip in the RFID tag, which is your which is given as tag IC, and then it has an antenna, as we have seen the thin filaments which runs throughout the rectangular shape plastic foil, and then depending on the active or passive, it will have a power supply, and the transmission will be obviously modulated, and when you decode it, it will be demodulated, which is your reception unit, and then the details will be stored in the memory cell, and you will have a basic control logic to operate. These are the types of RFID tag memory. So there are three types: read-only tags, which people will write once in the manufacturing unit, and you cannot modify anything more than that, then it is shipped. There's a second variety called as warm, write once and read many, which means that you can get it shipped, but at your place you can write once, like your ID cards. You can ship it, write all the details with respect to the university students. The administrative unit can do all those and then distribute. After that, it will not be able to. People will not be able to modify it. So it is data written once, but not required to be at manufacturing, but it could also be at a packing unit. And once it is written and locked, you cannot modify it anymore. That's the second variety. And the third variety is multiple times you can keep on reading or writing as many times you want. This slide explains about the RFID reader. The figure here shows how it looks like. It's very clear that it reads. It establishes connection between the RFID tag antenna, and then it starts communicating. And where can we deploy it? You can have it in the entrance or exit of a shopping mall or any point of sale, and it could be mobile or handheld as well. This is the different types of RFID readers. Few of them you might have seen yourself. In the library, this RFID reader is very obvious that when you enter inside and take your books or return books, they'll scan your book for the RFID tag with respect to the reader, with the help of the reader, which you might have seen. This slide is the reader anatomy. It operates with radio frequency. So there are two different frequency ranges. Either it could be 13.56 and 915 megahertz, and then you have a basic power supply because the reader has to be powered. Unlike your tags, which can be active or passive, but reader should be powered. And then you have a basic networking unit, a networking processor, and then you have a DSP unit to process whatever it is scanned and do the needful accordingly. This is the slide which explains about or shows about a few RFID application points. You might have seen that in assembly units, in shipping portals, when the items are taken out or got inside the inventory, it could be scanned. And then it could be a handheld device as well. It need not be statically fixed. A person can have it in hand and then scan it. So this is very vivid in the library. The librarian person who stands in the front will use the RFID reader to scan your books. So he uses a handheld RFID reader. There are a number of applications, and few are listed here in manufacturing sector, in warehouses and inventory, supply chain. It could be used in logistics. Whenever you have a item delivered from Amazon, every time it gets tracked and tells to you where it is and things like that. So you can have it in logistic management. You can use it in retail, and also for the security access control. So you can have it in like counterfeiting and theft control. So you can have the ID and scan it accordingly and then find out and track where it is. So you can have your security aspect as well. And then, as I was telling, location tracking. So you can have the RFID tags put on a specific animal you wanted to monitor. So it in wildlife monitoring and tracking also it becomes useful. Also in the parking lots, traffic movement control, and there are various applications. This slide, again, there are 2-3 slides which are given, which gives a little detailed about how does it work. So this is smart grocery. So they have a lot of RFID tags attached to the items, and you put it in the cart, and when the cart leaves, all of the items could be scanned in a one shot. So that is the beauty about RFID. You can have n number of items scanned in just one shot, and you can have the billing done. This is one such another example where you have a smart cabinet. So you can have a smart fridge as well. You can have a lot of items put, and it can tell you like whether the particular item is gone out of stock, or do you need to stuff more, or you have to order something. So it can come handy. You can have either passive or active tags as well. Just like the previous slide, I was telling about the smart fridge. It recognizes what is inside and recognize when things are moved remote. You can keep a track and creates an automatic shipping list, knowing about what items are missing or what items are excess. Notifies you about the expiration date if something is going very near the date, expiry date is coming near. It can alert so that you can take out and use it. When compared to the other items, there are 2-3 items, but one item is going to expire a little faster, so you can use it for your cooking that day and make decisions accordingly. And so that there's a lot of smartness which you can achieve if you can have an RFID enabled system. These are some more smart applications. You can have smart appliances. You can have your oven, and then you can make it have some suggestions given to you that knows recipes to cook pre-packaged food. So it can be made smart using the RFID tags. And then you can have smart dryers and things like that. You can have smart paper airline tickets that indicate your location in the airport when scanned form. And then you can have a smart currency which can avoid counterfeiting, and it can help in tracking and things like that. And people are also thinking about making some chips